Preterm birth is when a baby is born too early, before 37 weeks of pregnancy have been completed. Premature birth is a very serious health problem and a leading cause of death among children younger than 5 years worldwide. Premature babies have more health problems than babies born on time and may experience long term health problems that affect the brain, lungs, hearing, or vision. Worldwide, more than 1 in 10 babies are born prematurely each year, resulting in an estimated 15 million preterm births per year. Across 184 countries, the rate of preterm birth ranges from 5% to 18% of babies born. In India, out of 27 million babies born every year, according to 2010 data, 3.5 million babies born are premature, and over 3 lakh of these preterm babies die each year because of associated complications. The World Prematurity Day is annually observed on November 17th to raise awareness about the serious health crisis. On this day, several webinars and events are being conducted to highlight the critical importance of neonatal care during this vulnerable period of life. We at MediCircle are conducting World Prematurity Day Awareness Series, wherein we will be featuring experts in this field to understand and create more awareness about premature birth. Hello, I'm Aprajita Mehra, and today our guest for the talk is Dr. Madhushri Venkat. Dr. Madhushri Venkat is working as consultant and proprietor at Patel's Clinic and Maternity Center, Airoli. She can perform normal delivery, instrumental delivery, cesarean section, and also assisted reproductive techniques. She can also perform procedures that include diagnostic laparohysteroscopic procedures, non-descent vaginal hysterectomies, and abdominal hysterectomies, urogynecological procedures, MTPs, artificial reproductive techniques like IUI, ovum pickup, embryo transfer. She received the Deepa Patel Award for Best Paper Oration, Laparoscopic Tubal Recanalization. She's a life member of FOGSI, NMOGS, Navi Mumbai Obstetrician and Gynecological Society, and Indian Society of Assisted Reproduction, that is ISAR. It is our privilege and pleasure to host you today on Dr. Speak. So welcome to MediCircle, Dr. Madhushri Venkat. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Ma'am, my first question to you is that what is exactly prematurity?
As we all know, 9 months, that is 280 days of pregnancy, is called full-term pregnancy. Any delivery that is happening before 37 weeks of gestation, that is before she's completing 9 months, is called a preterm delivery.
All right, that clearly explains what is prematurity. So I would move on to my second question, which is what risks are common in premature births?
Any woman who's conceiving in extremes of age, either too young or too old. Too old as in somebody who is around about 30, 35 years of age. Beyond that, if the lady is conceiving, they have a risk of having preterm deliveries. Or anybody who is conceiving before 18 years of age. We know that legally now it is 18 plus is a marriageable age, but there are in rural India, there are still pregnancies happening in teenage children. So these are the risk factors for preterm deliveries. Not only this, there are many other important risk factors like lifestyle. Nowadays, since women are very career oriented, they're getting married late, they are having babies late. So obviously, as the age advances, the probability of having preterm deliveries also increases. Plus lifestyle, like having habits like smoking, drinking, etc., is common in urban women nowadays. So we have to ask this question: when we are taking history, whether they have any kind of habits, so that we have to rule out if they have a risk for preterm delivery or not. Infections. Now, for example, COVID is a very important cause. The current, if we talk about infections, that is one of the current causes of preterm deliveries that we have observed. Apart from that, of course, any kind of procedures, if the patient has undergone during her, her career of obstetrics, that is, suppose she's undergone many abortions during her married life, suppose she's undergone any kind of cervical surgeries, also has a risk of having preterm deliveries.
Wow.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of conditions for someone who's planning to start a family or actually trying to conceive a child. Now that we have a clarity over, the kind of risks which are common for premature births, Doctor, how you as an obstetrician help such mothers to rule out, a chance of having a premature child?
In our preconceptional counseling, there are few important investigations that we do for a woman who is planning to conceive, to rule out if she has had any infections like rubella, or if she's vaccinated with various vaccines in her childhood. For example, mumps, rubella, and measles. MMR is a vaccine which is given to mostly all children, but if at all she's not taken the vaccine, it is better that she takes the vaccine before she conceives. Also, rule out any infections, any pelvic inflammatory diseases. It's very important to rule out to prevent preterm births during her pregnancies.
Right.
Not only that, if the lady is underage, if she's around 18 years of age, it is always preferable that we ask her to conceive round about 20 plus years of age, so that her reproductive health is better. Also, people who are planning to conceive beyond 30 years of age, we have to give them a little bit of a heads up regarding what are the risks of conceiving beyond a certain age.
Right.
Nutrition and a good lifestyle plays a very important role for a woman who is conceiving, and who should note that she should have a optimum weight during her pregnancy, pre-pregnancy, and her BMI, that is body mass index, should always be in the normal limits.
All right.
So my next question to you would be, what are the chances of having a premature baby again? I mean, what care should such a mother take who's gone through a premature delivery in the past?
Good.
Suppose she's already delivered a preterm child, she has a very high risk of having a preterm delivery again. That indicates an anatomical deficiency in her cervix. So she has to come for regular antenatal checkups to rule out. There are some signs which we can pick up by sonographies, wherein we'll come to know whether she's also is at a high risk of having a preterm delivery or not. You must have heard about certain procedures which are done in order to help the mother have a normal child and carry the pregnancy to term. Procedures like a cervical stitch.
Okay.
There are some medications which also help, which we recommend during pregnancy, and a little bit of rest and a little bit of medication and a little help from our side with a cervical stitch definitely goes a long way in helping these mothers to carry the pregnancy to term.
All right.
Preterm delivery itself is a very big burden on financial aspect, as well as emotional aspect of the mother, because financially, if at all the baby requires any kind of a neonatal ICU care, then it becomes a little bit of a financial burden, because the procedures and the treatment required for a newborn baby in an ICU is a very expensive one.
So true. Right. Absolutely.
So not only that, staying away from the newborn for the mother, because the NICU will not allow the mother to be bedside. So it is a little bit of an emotional
Train on the
setback
mother.
aspect.
Yes, yes.
So we have to train them if at all she is at a high risk of having a preterm birth. For example, multiple pregnancies. Very commonly, when ladies having a twin delivery, twin pregnancy, they have a high risk of having children at around 30-32 weeks of gestation. It is a known fact. No matter how much you want to avoid it, um, invariably they do deliver a little earlier than expected.
Complete.
So mentally preparing the mother
Mm-hmm.
is also a very important role that we as obstetricians play in order to prepare the mind of the mother
Right.
that the
That
child
is,
may require specialized care.
and that
Right. And that is really a very sensitive challenge for both a doctor and the patient to deal with. Absolutely.
absolutely. So, ma'am, my last question to you would be,
What is the biggest myth associated with premature birth?
Actually, myths, I would like to say that just by giving little supportive care at home and without actually taking help from medical personnel, people think that they can avoid having a preterm birth. No, please, you have to go to the doctor. You have to take help. That is the most important thing that people have to know. That just sitting at home and not doing anything about it is not going to help. They have to reach out. We have all kinds of facilities now. We are saving babies which are as preterm as 26 weeks of gestation. They have gone alive, they have survived, thrived, and these children are growing up well now. So we have reports, and we have expertise to help these kids grow. So first thing people have to understand is they have to take help. They have to reach out to a proper medical facility where there is backup of an ICU, where there is a backup of a neonatologist and an obstetrician in place 24/7, all 365 days.
right.
Right. That was really a very wise advice to everyone who's watching this video, that you do need to go and take help. You need to reach out to the hospital when it is needed. Do not take the risk of having a premature baby at home. Thank you, doctor. Thank you so much for coming on our show and sharing your valuable insights with us here at MediCircle. It was really a pleasure having you today. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You've been very informative. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a very good experience.
Same here.